Hello you lucky people for seeing my mug, and we're doing another video on Space Wolves. This time it is the Relics of the Fang, which is the special war gear that you can only have one of each, but you can take as many of them as you want. So you could take all 1, 2, 3, you could take all 6 if you want. Yeah, you could take all 6, but not really all of them's all that good. You can't really take them all on one model, as some of them replaces the weapons they have. So without further ado, let's begin. The Armour of Rus. You'll find the relics initially for their stats and descriptions on page 100. You'll find their points costs on page... Yeah, you'll find their points costs on page 47. So, the Armour of Rus. It comes in at, yeah, I've just noticed the relics are in different order to the names of them. So starting off, to confuse me, I apologise, is the Bite of Fenris, coming in at 10 points. It's got 2 profiles, so you choose which one to shoot in every shooting phase. The first one's 24 inch, strength 4, AP 5, rapid fire, hell frost. So if an opponent suffers a wound from it, they have to take a strength test, or they are removed from play as they are frozen. That's just basically a bolter with an extra rule, a chance to freeze people. That's not bad. Flame Tide Bolt, that ignores cover as well. Flame Tide Bolt, strength, range 24, strength 5, AP 4, rapid fire, ignores cover. So it's a bolter that ignores your opponent's cover save. For 10 points, that's alright. Nothing amazing, but you're not losing anything by taking it, but it's 15 points. For 15 points you could really take a combi weapon and you don't get Hell Frost or ignores cover, and you only get one use with the Plasma Gun, Flame Roar, Melter Gun, but I'd rather have that than the Bite of Fenris, to be honest. So next we have the Helm of Do, which you can get a lot of cheese out of this. Yeah, I apologise for using the word. You can get some really nice combos out of this. A model wearing the Helm of Do rerolls all failed to hit rolls, which is good in itself. It is 20 points. So that's pretty good. It's for combat and shooting. In addition, the wearer's shooting attacks have the ignore cover special rule. Now here's where the combo comes in. If you're on an Aegis defense line and you have a las cannon or a quad gun and you're shooting at a flyer, they ain't gonna jink. Also, if you're in a fortress, if you get the Stronghold Assault, which the Fortress of Redemption in, the fortress has a upgrade which allows the wearer, one person standing in the middle tower to fire either of the structure support weapons, so either the missile silo or the Icarus las cannon using his ballistic skill. No, sorry, as him shooting at it, that's what I'm on about. Yeah. So you ignore cover. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Strength 8, AP 3 missiles, anyone? Large blast. You're in a building, I don't care. I'm going to shoot my twin link las cannon at you. I get cover. No, you don't get cover. Not this time. So it is really useful. If you do get use the fortress and get that upgrade, it costs a lot of points, but you know, could have its uses. So next we have Black Death, possibly the best weapon for the relics. Black Death is 25 points, that's pretty good. Frostblade's 20 points, you're paying an extra 5 points for what you get, and boy is it good. So Strength +2, AP 2, melee, unwieldy, so Frostblade so far. So Whirlwind of Death, the bearer of Black Death gains +3 attacks for the duration of any fight subphase in which he is locked in combat that contains more enemy models than friendly ones. So Rampage gives you D3 if there's more enemies than friendlies each turn. This gives you 3 automatically for an extra 5 points more than a Frost Axe. Why the hell wouldn't you? I mean, you could get a lot of attacks. A Wolf Lord on a Thunderwolf has 6 attacks on the charge. This will give him 9 on the charge, 8 normally, so that's horrific. For 20 points, that's amazing. So next we have Fang Sword of the Ice Wolf for 25 points. So what it gives is +1 strength, AP 3, melee, Hellfrost, rending. Hellfrost, if you cause a wound, that model has to take a strength test, or be removed from play. You put him on a Lord or a Wolf Guard battle leader on a Thunderwolf, make him strength 6, AP 3, wound some of the big NID characters. It will work. 25 points, a Frost Sword 20 points. There's a point to it, but only if you're mounted on a Thunderwolf. There's not really much point otherwise, to be honest. Next we have the Armour of Rus for 35 points. It gives a 2+ arm save, a 4+ invulnerable save. Furthermore, when fighting in a challenge, the wearer's opponent suffers -5 penalty to their initiative to a minimum of 1. So, yeah, gives your Rune Priests a bit of survivability with a good invulnerable save. Or a Battle Leader, because they don't get invulnerable saves as standard. 35 points, so for Rune Priest that's 95. Or for Battle Leaders that's 85. It's not bad. Good in the challenge, but that's pretty much it really. And how challenges work now, if there's no other models, your other models in the unit can attack the opponent as well. It'd be good for that, but there's a point to it. Can't say there isn't. 20 points for Runic Armour and 15 points for a 4+ invulnerable save. Yeah, alright, nothing wrong with that. If you haven't got one, of course. Lastly, we have the Warden Stone for 40 points. The Warden Stone and his unit have the Furious Charge special rule. In addition, the bearer has the Rage special rule. So, combine that with Black Death. So, a Lord on a Thunderwolf, that's 7 attacks on the charge with the Warden Stone, and +3 attacks with Black Death if there's more models than you, which, as you're on a Thunderwolf, probably be the case. So that's 11 attacks on the charge, 10 normally. That's horrifically powerful. It's 40 points, though that's gearing towards being a bit too expensive, but it's still good. It still does its job and gives him and his unit Furious Charge. Hey, why not? Apart from the Bite of Fenris, which is pretty cheap, that's not too bad at all. Everyone will go with Black Death because it's really good. That 5 point pip up, why not? Helm of Do, people will go for that. Fang Sword, maybe. Armour of Rus, if you want a Rune Priest that's survivable, yeah. Warden Stone, perhaps. So the Bite of Fenris is probably the loser here, but it's 10 points, so it's neither here nor there, I suppose. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'll tell you what, I'll go over the other war gear as I'm here for now. Range weapons, you'll find them on page 95. They've got the typical Space Marine weapons list. They've got Hellfrost weapons. So for the new flying things, we've got the Hellfrost Cannon that for the transport variant. Range 24, Strength 6, AP 3, Heavy 1, Blast, Hellfrost, or Focused, so you have to choose one or the other. Range 24, Strength 8, AP 1, Heavy 1, Hellfrost. So you either choose low strength, but AP 3 and a blast, or high strength, but one shot. So take it as you give it. And for the gunshot option, with the long gun running down all its way, the Hellfrost Destructor, Dispersed, range 24, strength 6, AP 3, heavy, Hellfrost, large blast, so you're going to get a lot of people, and against even elite troops, that is going to hurt. Focused, range 24, strength 8, AP 1, heavy 1, lance, Hellfrost, so it's going to hurt a land raider. It's going to hurt pretty much anything. It's going to hurt even the Wraith Knight, but unless they get a 6 for their strength test, it'd be funny to see, put it that way. Nothing's really any different here. Skyhammer missiles, because there's not much that has them. Range 60, strength 7, AP 4, heavy 3. That's alright. Storm Strike missiles, range 72, strength 8, AP 2, heavy 1, concussive, one use only. Not so great, won't bother with them. If you see something that can replace them as an upgrade, you take them, because you want to keep your weapons and you want to be able to keep using them. Melee weapons found on page 97. Blizzard Shield for the Venerable Dreadnought. It has no range because it's a melee weapon. Strength of user, AP of 2, melee, shield. So it does count as a melee weapon. It's AP 2, which is odd. You're just hitting someone with a flat plate. So the shield rule, it basically gives you a 3+ invulnerable save at your front armour facing, which I've not had a lot of luck with this Dreadnought, I have to admit, but I just like the fact you've got a Dreadnought with an invulnerable save. You have a chance to save most things. Put them in your drop pod, put them where you want, and they'll come on and hopefully wreak damage. If your opponent does not destroy the Dreadnought, then you are going to hurt him badly. Crozier Arcanium, Space Marines have got them. Fenrisian Great Axe for their Venerable Dreadnought. Range dash, melee weapon. Strength ×2, AP 2, melee, mastercrafted. It's just basically a strength 10 AP 2 weapon that can reroll one fail to hit roll. No wrong with that at all. Frost weapons. Range dash for a frost sword. Well, both of them are the melee weapons. Yeah, frost sword, strength +1, AP 3, melee, does its job. Frost axe, +2 strength, AP 2, melee, unwieldy, you'd expect. Runic weapons. Runic weapons are basically force weapons. They follow all the rules for force weapons, so you get force sword, force axe, force staves. They're just basically force weapons. Sorry, runic sword, runic axe, runic stave, they're just basically force weapons. But they have the concussive rule, the ward rule, which gives you adamantium will. So him and his unit will have Deny the Witch on a 4, which again is not bad. It doesn't affect enemy units, but you know, it does its job well enough. Servo Arm, Tech Priest has got that. If you didn't get the FAQ, it's strength ×2, AP 1, melee, unwieldy, specialist weapon. So does its job. Wolf Claws have changed. They used to be a K-service. It was an AP 3 power weapon that you either chose to reroll to hit or to wound with. Now it's only reroll to wound, but it's got better really for what it does. Both range of dash, because there's a great version for the Dreadnoughts. Strength +1, AP 3, melee, shred, specialist weapon. So unless you take 2 specialist weapons, you don't get the +1 attack for having 2 close combat weapons. And the Great Wolf Claw is strength ×2, AP 2, melee, shred, specialist weapon. So again, it does its job. It's pretty good. So special issue wargear, you'll find this on page 98. Belt of Rust, which only the Wolf Lords have. 4+ invulnerable save, so nothing wrong with that. Anything else just the wolves get? Healing Balms that Ulrich and Wolf Priests get. Or model, as long as the model with Healing Balms is alive, or models in his unit feel no pain of 6+. Yeah, it's alright. It's on a 6, so take it as you leave it. Thunderwolf Mount. They're now 50-point upgrade for things who can take them. They used to be 45. The extra 5-point increase is worth it for what you get. So it used to be a case of +1 strength, +1 toughness and +1 attack. You had the cavalry type, and unless you had weapons, say a power fist or a frost sword or something, you had rending. You still get the same strength, toughness and attack increase, but you also get +1 wound. So for example, Lords are 4 attacks, strength 4, toughness 4 and 3 wounds. This would make them strength 5, toughness 5